This is Kevin Howell, the One-Eyed Scout. Watch the One-Eyed Scout show on TAN TV. Connect on all social media outlets, including Roku, Amazon Fire Stick. Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. We'll see you there.
I'm Nathan Sanchez, point guard at Medina Valley, and you're watching TAN TV.
All right, everyone, this is a unique opportunity. We're actually going on site here in Medina Valley, jokingly with Coach Dunn, in the middle of a cornfield. But, hey, Coach Dunn, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hey, I'm Coach Dunn. I'm the head basketball coach here at Medina Valley High School.
All right, so this being your first year, what was one of the first things that you felt like you needed to make better or improve?
You know, before I even took the job, I took a lot of time to watch film from what they did last year just to even see what the talent level was. And then, getting here and walking in the door, there was actually more talent here than I thought there was, and I think the biggest thing was using that talent in the way that, evaluating these guys and using them the way that what their skill set was, and the biggest thing was just moving them faster, and I think that's something that from the jump we just decided to start incorporating how fast we wanted guys to play, how we wanted them to move, whether that be what we do in the weight room or how we design the practice, man. We just, if you got horses in the stable, you gotta let them run a little bit,
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's, you're bringing a wealth of experience coming over from Judson, bring in and collaborate and put in place.
Big shout out to Coach Cantu, man. Coach Cantu, I've been a basketball head my whole life, but I always felt like, what was the piece that I was missing? And the Coach Cantu, man, he gave me the structure, of this is what it looks like. From the basketball standpoint, I knew a lot of that. I already knew that. But the structure that he gave, even with all the years of experience, I've coached a lot of different sports. But he taught me what the practice should look like and how you can organize it and how you can benefit from doing this drill and then this drill, So I think that's the biggest thing that I'm bringing over is more structure for the kids and more structure for myself too. So.
Yeah, I went to the open practice there, and every minute's utilized. Every drill transfers. So I'll be excited to see how that plays out for you here. We were kind of talking a little bit earlier about a big component of basketball is communication. A bigger component of maturing is communication. So why don't you share that story that you were telling about?
One of the biggest things is, the push on the academic side too. We don't do C's on report cards, C's on progress reports. And the reason behind that is I want the kids to be able to self-advocate for themselves to the teachers and have that open communication about what can I do to get to this B. If I got a 79, what am I doing to get to this B? And I want the kids to have that communication with the teachers and also to have with me to show that they're putting their best foot forward to make those grades. And whether it be what time they're getting to practice and what they need, I want them communicating with me versus it being their parents do it. And it's actually benefited a lot of these kids because some kids are quiet. Naturally, some kids are just quiet. And those quiet kids are really starting to be able to communicate it, whether it be via text or just coming to the office, having an open door. It's really benefited a lot of these kids so far. So,
how's the mixture of how the community has received you, how the students, athletes?
Man, it's been new, I think, for everybody because, when you transition from a coach that's been here for a long time to somebody new, there's a lot of excitement, and I think that coming from our fall league to now, we've generated a lot of excitement because the style is different. The community's been great. They've been very supportive. The parents have been very supportive, and the kids have just been, they all been dialed in. They showed up. They're working hard. They understand the expectation of what we're trying to do. So I think we're definitely moving the needle to be successful. So.
I've got one question.
Okay.
What's your hobbies outside of basketball?
Man, I got a son. He's 8. you know, whatever his hobbies are right now become my hobbies. You know,
well played.
You know, and sometimes those hobbies are expensive. You know, he's a very educational guy, so he's into like dinosaurs and stuff like that. But he also likes to fish.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and so one of my best friends is actually a pro fisherman, so we do a lot of that on the side. You know, a lot of fishing. And, you know, I'm a gamer too, man.
Okay.
So, you know, anybody watching this, if you want to get that business on that NCAA Football 25, just let me know, and then we can get the sticks going. So.
Well, man, Coach, I really appreciate you having us out. And looking forward to today.
Yes, sir.
Looking forward to the season.
Yeah.
But thanks for having us here. It's TAN TV, African American Network, with a local feel and a global reach.
Coach, this is a producer question. I'm Vance Bradford with TAN TV. I just wanted to ask you, you know, a question, a couple questions here.
Okay.
Has was it NIL, right? The NIL? Has the NIL rule affected the high school level, or, you know?
You know,
what kind of effect does it have?
I feel like from a standpoint, you know, the kids that are dedicated to the sport are always going to be dedicated to the sport, but I think there's been like some outreach for kids that are looking more towards that versus, you know, playing at a high level, you know, and I think it can kind of be a deterrent, but I think it's also a good opportunity for kids because, you know, 20, 30 years ago, there wasn't that opportunity, especially for, you know, in the big picture, you know, when we think about kids from like low socioeconomic areas, we're talking about kids having the opportunity at 18 to make millions of dollars, you know, and I think that's a very big deal. You know, there's pros and cons to it. I haven't personally seen it here, but, you know, I think it's a step in the right direction for kids.
Okay. Now with that rule, what kind of effect do you think it has on the parents? You know, pushing their kids, or, you know, having that expectation.
I mean, simply put, if my kid has the opportunity to make it $1 million, you're gonna go to practice. You know, that's about as simply as I can put that.
Okay. One my last question, Coach. Okay. You see that seat beside you, right there, the empty seat. If you had, I normally say, if you had someone that's in heaven that you would bring back, and sit down beside you, have a conversation with, who would that be?
Oh man, that's a good one. Actually, it'd be my dad. Oh man, that's gonna make me emotional. He didn't get the opportunity to see me doing what I'm doing. You know, I kind of grew up without him, so it would be nice to see him be able to see me be successful. So,
okay. Now, besides, you know, in your interview, Coach Cantu was a great influence. Okay.
Yeah.
Besides him, who else would come and you would like to have a talk?
Oh man, Coach Cantu was good. You know, I got a couple of coaches, man. Coach Flores out of New Braunfels Canyon, man. I'd love to sit with him and just talk to him as I do all the time. Great influence for me. Coach Sherman Roberts is the girls' head coach at South San. You know, I'd love to sit here and chop it up with him. Coach Alvarado over at McCollum, man, he's been real good to me since I got this job. You know, those are guys that I'd love to have beside me, just sitting and chopping it up. You know, just talking about the game, talking about kids. And, you know, they always throwing advice at me. Those are all good guys that have definitely influenced me as well. So,
Coach, I appreciate you taking the time and sitting with us here at TAN TV, man. Much success.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The one-eye scout's going to be following you.
Yes, sir.
And, we'll see you.
We appreciate you guys, man. Appreciate it.